Jai Bharat to all student. In last lecture, we have discussed about question elimination and how to solve linear equation with the help of question elimination method, and how to convert matrix or linear equation into augmented matrix. Then after some mathematical method we transfer them into upper triangle matrix, and after completing upper triangle matrix we find the solution by back substitution, and that's how we find the solution of linear equation. Okay, so in today's lecture we will discuss about how to solve Gaussian elimination with the help of partial pivoting. Okay, it's a new method with the help of Gaussian elimination and partial pivoting. Okay, so in today's lecture we will discuss about partial pivot. Okay, let me start with the first of all introduction of Gaussian elimination, and in last lecture we have already discussed about it, but let's start with the revision of Gaussian elimination. Okay, first of all there are this is the three linear equation and three unknown like x1, x2 and x3. Okay, we want to find out the value of x1, x2 and x3 with the help of Gaussian elimination method. Okay, so what we will do, we will first transfer this linear equation into augmented matrix like in last lecture. Okay, like this augmented matrix like coefficient of x1, x2 and x3 first row, second equation second row, coefficient of x1, x2 and x3 -9. Okay, and third equation coefficient of x1, x2 and x3 -1, 1 and 6, or 2, 4, 5 like line. Okay, so this is the augmented matrix of this linear equation. Okay, so now how do we transfer this augmented matrix in upper triangle? Okay, simple, we already talk about this. What is the upper triangle matrix? Upper triangle matrix is the in which where below of the diagonal matrix value are always 0. Okay, this is the diagonal 1, 11 and 6, and below of diagonal all value are should be 0. 3 -1, 1 should be 0. Then it's called upper triangle matrix. So we will do some row operation and we will convert this value in 0 so that this matrix can transfer into upper triangle. Then after that we will solve with the back substitution. Okay, so first of all take as a first row first column member, and we want to below element first row and first element box element and two element non-zero below it. Okay, so this is the non-zero and we want to transfer this value into 0. So first of all we take as the first row and first column, and below element we will transfer them into 0 by the row operation something. Okay, so now how do we do? So 3 will be 0, so we will multiply with the first row as a 3, multiply with the 3, and then difference r2 minus 3r1. So okay, so this will become 0. 3 minus 1 multiplied by 3, so this will become 0. So we will did operation of row operation of r2 minus 3r1 here, r2 minus 3r1. So all the row operation will follow this operation r2 minus 3r1. So here it will become 0. 11 here 11 11 minus 3 into 3 here. 11 minus R1 is a 3. So 11 minus 9 is equal to 2. Then minus 9 into multiply by R2 minus 3 R1 minus 9 minus 3 into minus 5. Here minus plus and plus 15 and minus 9 plus 15 is equal to 6. Here we will get 6. Also we want we do this operation also. Here is equal to 4 minus 3 multiplied by 2. Here 2 R1 is equal to 2. So 3 into 2 is 6. 4 minus 6 is equal to minus 2. Okay, so now first operation done. Okay, we get the 0 bottom of the 1. Now also we want to get here 0 minus 1 into 0. So how do we get? Simple, R3 plus R1, because here minus 1 and minus 1. So simply we add this row into third row, so we will get 0. Okay, so R3 plus R1, 3 plus 1 4, minus 5 plus 6 1, 2 plus 5 7. Okay, so first row, first column in the below we will get to 0. Okay, so 63% work completed. Now we want to do this for convert this into 0. So let's say second diagonal value. First diagonal ma 0, already we took the below of the 0. So now second diagonal and below element we want to transfer this into 0. Okay, so how do we? If we R3 minus multiply with this 2 R2, then we will get below 0. Convert 4 into 0. R3 minus 2 R2. Okay, so first row remains same, second row remains same. R3 we want to change only in row 3. So here 0 is 0. Okay, 4 minus 2 into 2 means 0. 1 minus 2 into 6 means 12. 1 minus 12 is equal to minus 11. Here 7 minus 2 into minus 2, minus plus 7 plus 4 is equal to 11. So now this is the triangle matrix. Okay, simple. So with the help of back substitution we will solve these types of linear equation. Okay, back substitution, this transfer into linear equation. How do we transfer? It is coefficient of x1, x2 and x3. So first of all x1, x2 and x3. Here 0, so x1 0, 0 multiplied by x1 is equal to 0. Here 2x2, 6x3 and minus 11x3, because here 2 is a 0, is equal to 11. Okay, so we transfer this upper triangle matrix into linear equation. Now back substitution method. Here you can see that this is the one equation and only one unknown. So what is the value of x3? If this will down 11 by minus 11, so x3 we will get as a minus 1. Now we second equation. Here you can see that there are only one unknown, x2. We know value of x3, so we will put the second equation value of x3 and then we will find the value of x2. So 2x2 is equal to minus 2 minus 6x3. What is the value of 6? Minus 1. x3 minus 2 plus 6 is equal to 4, so we will get as a x2 is equal to 2. So now we know value of x2 and x3 is equal to minus 1 and minus 2. So we will put this value in equation 1. So in equation 1 there will be only one unknown, it is the x1. So we will get the value of x1. x1 is equal to 2, value put up x1 is equal to minus 9. So solution is minus 9, 2 and 1, minus 1. So this is the Gaussian elimination. We already talked in the last two lectures how to solve Gaussian elimination. First transfer them into augmented matrix, then we did some several row operation and transfer this matrix into upper triangle matrix, and with the help of back substitution we solve linear equation. Okay, now let's start with our new topic, partial pivoting. Okay, what is the partial pivoting? Partial pivoting is refinement of the Gaussian elimination procedure which helps to prevent the growth of rounding error. Okay, let's forget about this statement and start with some examples, then we will discuss about this definition. Okay, now here is the some example. This is the two linear equation. Okay, we will transfer this into ax into is equal to b. Okay, this is this form, ax is equal to b. Now there are two methods to solve the x. How? Okay, first is Gaussian elimination. We already talked about it, Gaussian elimination. Okay, ax is equal to b, transfer the augmented matrix, upper triangle matrix, and back substitution. Then we will get the value of x1 and x2. Here also you can find this value of x by different method. How? Here you can ax is equal to b. You can multiply with the both side as a inverse. A inverse into x is equal to a inverse b. Okay. So here a inverse into a means identity matrix. Okay, if a multiply by with 8 inverse, then this will get as a 1, but here it is a matrix, so we will get as a identity matrix. Identity matrix into x is equal to a minus b. Okay, so multiply with identity matrix remains same, so x matrix is equal to a minus b. So this is the second method. We can also solve equation by this method also. First is Gaussian elimination, second this method. So we will start with we will solve this linear equation with these two method, and let's see what answer is the same or different. But if you want to solve linear equation, okay, answer will remain same if you solve by with a different method or third method. Okay, any method you will solve, you will get the answer as a same. x1 and x2 is a only one value. So now how do we use partial pivoting? Okay, so first of all we will start with these two method and solve this value x1 and x2. Okay, so let's start with second method, x is equal to b. So x is equal to a inverse b. So here a is this matrix and its inverse, and is equal to b, a inverse into b. So now how do we find a inverse? Okay, in matrix revision we talk about how do we find inverse of matrix. Okay, what is equation of inverse of matrix? A inverse is equal to 1 upon module of a, and if a is equal to a, b, c, d, then we swap the position of diagonal, okay, D and A, okay, and we will put a minus in front of B and C, minus C minus B, okay. So this is the how do we find about the value of A inverse. So here also we will do some this method, mode of A, here determinant of A matrix, then diagonal element we will shape with the diagonal position 2 and minus 10 4, and also change the sign of C and D, 1 1 remain same, okay. So now we multiply with these two matrix, okay. So how do we multiply with these two matrix? First row and first column, so 2 into 1 minus 1 into plus here minus 1 into 1, okay. So this will become 1, yes, and then second row and first column, 1 into 1 plus 1 into 10 raised to minus 4, okay. So 1 plus we will get 10 raised to minus 4, and after this if this scalar quantity will remain in with multiplication of matrix, we will get answer of x1 x2 is equal to 0.999 0.999, okay. So this is the A inverse with the help of B. With this method we find out the value of x1 and x2. Now let's start with the comparison this result with Gaussian elimination, okay. We will solve this equation with the help of Gaussian elimination, and then we will compare with this result and Gaussian elimination, okay. So how do we solve these types of Gaussian elimination? So first of all, we take as a diagonal first row first column, and below its element we will transfer them into 0, okay. So how do we transfer this into 0? So we will multiply with the first matrix as a 10 raised to 4, okay, 10 raised to 4, and add with the second row. So what will equation become? R2 plus 10 raised to 4 R1, okay. Doubt anyone? Simple Gaussian elimination, okay. In last lecture also, or also in our previous lecture, we will talk about how to solve Gaussian elimination method. So we will multiply with the first row as a 10 raised to 4 and addition in second row, so we will get as a answer in 0, okay. So now what we will get here, R2 plus 10 raised to 4 R1, okay. So here 10 raised to minus 4, first row remains same, second row 0, okay, and this will become 2 plus 10 raised to 4, okay. Here x1 sorry, this will be x1 and x2, this will remain same, and is equal we will transfer this in augmented matrix, okay. Here 1 and 1, here 1 will remain same, and 1 plus 10 raised to 4, okay. So now here if this is the 10 raised to 4, so this is the if we add 2 plus into 10 raised to 4, it is the smallest value of in comparison with the 10 raised to 4. Here also 1 plus 10 raised to 4. So we will with the help of significant factor we will add as a approximately 10 raised to 4 is become 10 raised to 4. Okay, we will neglect 2 because it's the smallest with the comparison of 10 raised to 4. Here also we will forget 1. Okay, so now we can solve these types of equation. Yes, here we will get the 10 raised to minus 4 1 0 10 raised to 4 x1 x2 and 1 raised to 1 into 10. Now this is the upper triangle matrix. Now with the help of back substitution we will solve x1 and x2, right? Okay, so what is the value of 10 raised to 4 into x2 is equal to 10 raised to 4. So we will get as the answer as a x2 is equal to 1. Now we will put in first equation. What is the first equation? 10 raised to minus 4 x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. Now here x2 is equal to minus 1. So 10 raised to minus 4 x1 minus 1 is equal to 1. If this will transfer this, sorry, x2 is equal to 1, sorry, only 1. Okay, so now here 1 1 cancel, so 10 raised to minus 4 x1 is equal to 0. So what will we get? X1 is equal to 0. Now with the help of Gaussian elimination we get x1 and x2 is equal to 0 and 1. But with the help of inverse method, different method, here you can see that x1 and x2 will the same 1 1. Okay, so what method is right? Okay, so now here, okay, 1 and 0. With the help of Gaussian elimination we will we identify the answer as a x1 is equal to 0 and x2 is equal to 1. Here both has a 1 1. So now we use partial pivoting in the method of Gaussian elimination. Okay, now this answer is the wrong of Gaussian with the help of Gaussian elimination. How? Why? Because we multiply with the smallest number. Here 10 raised to minus 4 is the smallest number comparison to 0. Okay, so for in Gaussian elimination we take as a first column, and what is the comparison between 0 and minus 10 raised to minus 4? Okay, 0 is a much greater than 10 raised to minus 4. Okay, so here we use partial pivoting in Gaussian elimination. Why? Because here 0 not here minus 1, original equation is here. Okay, 10 raised to 4 and minus 1. Okay, 1 is the smallest, 1 is the greater than the 10 raised to minus 4. 10 raised to minus 4 means 0.0004. Okay, so 1 is much larger than this value. So in our whenever our in linear equation where there are smallest number and we will in bottom of the this is the larger number, then we will use partial pivoting. Okay, we will not directly use Gaussian elimination to solve the equation. Okay, in simple words, if you want to use the Gaussian elimination, so first row diagonal value, in below the diagonal value there will become it's less than number, it's okay. So let's take example A, B, C, D. If you want to Gaussian elimination, there it's condition if A is the larger than C, then we all took Gaussian elimination as a method to solve the linear equation. Okay, compulsory in diagonal value it's larger than the below it. Okay, here you can see that this is the smallest number, 10 raised to minus 4, and minus 1 is the much larger than 10 minus 4. So this will this Gaussian with the help of Gaussian elimination, this method will not work. So here comes our theory, partial pivoting. So how do we solve with this equation with the help of Gaussian elimination? So the general idea with partial pivoting is to try to avoid using small number to eliminate much larger number. Okay, here minus 1 is a larger number, and with the help of Gaussian elimination we eliminate this number. So we try to avoid larger number with the help of smallest number. Okay, so in partial pivoting we will swap the row. Okay, suppose we swap the row, here second row will become first row will become second row. Okay, this is the sometimes of row row operation. Okay, like one equation and second equation. If I will write is this a second equation and this is one equation, so this will become in second row and this will put up in a first row. So this will not change the value of x1 and x2. So suppose we swap the row, here second row become first row become second row, minus 1 to 10 raised to minus 4 1. Now you can see that here minus 1 is greater than 10 raised to 4. So our condition will be fulfilled, A always greater than C. Here A always greater than C. Okay, diagonal element of diagonal value are always larger than the below element. Okay, if you want to use the Gaussian elimination. Okay, this is the condition of Gaussian elimination. So we will swap the row. Now we will use the Gaussian elimination. So we will use Gaussian elimination, simple, and we will get the answer as x2 is equal to 1 and x3 is equal to 1. Here same. Okay, x2 and x1 is equal to 1. So this method, inverse method and Gaussian elimination, we will get the right answer. But if you use the Gaussian elimination with the help eliminate this lower number with the help of much lower number, then this method will not work. So for Gaussian elimination to work, or we want to find out about right solution of linear equation, always diagonal element and its below element, diagonal element are larger than the below element. So okay, so partial, this is this method will call partial pivoting. So in general, at each step the aim in Gaussian elimination is to use an element on the diagonal to eliminate all the non-zero below. Okay, what will we do in Gaussian elimination? In diagonal element we will below the diagonal element we will transfer this element into 0 for transfer this matrix into upper triangle method. So in partial pivoting we look at the all of this element diagonal and the ones below and the swap row. In general, partial pivoting means only we swap the row to follow the condition of Gaussian elimination. Okay, so that the element on the diagonal is not very much smaller than the other element. Okay, in diagonal element of the diagonal is not smaller than the other element, in short. Okay, so let's take one example so you can get the better idea about how to use partial pivoting. Here 4x4 matrix x1 x2 x2. So first we will start with the 1. Okay, and we want to transfer this 2 minus 1 and 0 into 0. So how do we, this is the 0, so we will not operation in row 4. So how do we transfer this 2 into 0? R2 minus 2 R1, okay, multiply with this 2 and subtract with the row 2, so we will get as a 0. Second, only addition of R3 and R1, R3 plus R1, so we will get as a, so first step is completed. First row, first diagonal matrix, and below are all the 0. So now let's take second row, second volume diagonal value. So here it is 0 and below it's a -1 and -1. So here comes the, we need to apply partial pivoting, okay, for the here it will not become 0, so we will swap the row, okay. So you can also row 3 into swap with the row 2, or also row 4 into swap with the row 2, anything you can do, okay. So we will swap with the row, so for here fourth row, first row will remain same, 1 minus 3 2 1 minus 4. Fourth row will become second row, 0 minus 1 1 1 0, and second row will become fourth row, 0 0 minus 3 2, okay. This is the partial pivoting, okay. So in diagonal value there are always 1, or you can say that much larger than below element, okay. So now we want to transfer this value as into 0. So how do we transfer? R3 minus R2, addition of this 2 row, so we will get as a 0 4 4 and 8, okay. Now let's talk about third row and third column 4. Now here you can see that 4 4 8, you can divide it by this row by 4, okay. Also factor 4 out of the third row, you can get answer as a 1 1 2, or you can not this apply this operation also, you can get the answer, okay. It's depend on you how to solve these types of matrix, okay. Now here 1, and we want to transfer this -3 into 0, so multiply with this third row into third with the help of 3, and addition R4 plus 3 into R3. So here we can see that this will become upper triangle matrix. Diagonal element, below the diagonal element, all our element are 0, okay. So this is the partial pivoting. In short, in partial pivoting we only swap the row, okay. So now here it is your assignment, transfer this matrix into upper triangle form using Gaussian elimination with partial pivoting whenever necessary, okay. We I don't want to solve this type of equation, only this matrix into upper triangle matrix, okay. So this is your assignment question. All you have to write and upload it in Red and White application, okay. So now your today's lecture completed.